Hello you guys, so this is World Watercolor Day and today I'm going to try and do my first painting and I think it is called Radiance or something like that, Radiant, and I'm painting a scene from a forest. Maybe it's in the morning, maybe it's sunset. But for the background, I need this warm golden glow. And I'm going to do it in a little bit of a vignette style. And I thought I would just start my process here and get into it. I'm using Nickel Azo Yellow as my wash in the background. And I think that's a good place to start. So I've made this mixture here of a dark green and I've added some red to it because we're going to just talk a little bit about some, what shall we call them? Forest trees in the background. And here is where the light is shining through. So this is going to be an initial soft wash just to talk a little bit about these trees in the forest, in the background. And then here's some trees as well. So I'm going to practice to sort of use this vignette and not go over it. And then there's this small sort of alleyway where there is light shining through. Here we go. I think that's a good start, really giving us that mystified early morning sun ray vibes with the light shining through the forest. It's just my first wash, but we're going to continue to build up the darks over this beautiful radiant gold. So I will have to let this dry and then I'll continue. While it's wet, I'm going to just take a brush with clean water and just do some radial sweeps. Oh, I didn't want that there. To soften that a little. We'll play with that a little bit more later. Hi you guys, so it's been a minute that I've been able to work on my watercolor month, but I have a pocket of time, so let's get into it. So I've been busy with this landscape and the prompt is radiant, and I just love this radiance of the light. So I am playing with this picture. It's not mine, I'm just using it as inspiration, but we do have a beautiful radial effect and I love all these warm colors. So I'm going to try and capture this in watercolor. So let me just give me a little bit of space here so I can focus on what we are going to be doing. So I did pre-mix some color here. So I've got some Nickel Azo Yellow in here and I've added a little bit of Quinacridone Gold Deep because I want to intensify the warm tones here. And then I also mixed quite a dark grayish green color for these beautiful trees that we have in the background, focusing specifically on this layer, which will be lighter, and then it will get more intense as we move forward into the image. So let's try it. Okay, so I've got my Quin Gold here. I'm just going to begin to do my wash again, playing in my vignette so that that always stays clean. And I am painting again on an inclination. I just find it gives me a little bit more control over my bead of water. And I'm not going to worry too much about color on here because this is going to be quite dark. But I want to try and keep this area quite light. So let's continue with this wash. Right. And then near the bottom, we also have a little bit more gold. I'm going to rinse my brush, and I'm just going to take off most of the water so I can soften this edge before it dries. So just a damp brush to soften that edge. There we go. Now while it's damp, I'm going to go in and grab this greyish mixture that I made, and this tree that I'm going to work on starts up quite high, and I'm going to allow this whole business to flow because I want a softened effect, sort of just the illusion of this tree bathed in light. Coming down here into that dry area. I don't like that hard edge here, so I'm going to just use a damp clean brush to just soften that. Right, that's maybe too much paint on my brush. We're going to drag it over. Now I see that this part here gets quite dark as well, but the road is nicely illuminated, even though there's some shadows here as well, so let's go ahead and add those as well. And I'm going to come up here and start to talk a little bit about these leaves and trees in the background as well. That feels good. I'm going to go ahead with a clean brush and just soften some of these edges. See a lot of warmth in this area, so I'm just going to use my, I think it was burnt sienna. I think it's burnt sienna. Mix it, so there might be a bit of green gold in there as well. Okay, here is also a tree that is definitely catching some of these rays, and it's showing up the warmth of this color. Painting these beautiful trees can be tricky. I'm just gonna pretend I know what I'm doing and hope for the watercolor magic to do the rest for me. I'm gonna add more quinacridone gold to this mixture. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's add a bit of ultramarine blue. So the gold and the blue is going to give me a bit of a neutral, hopefully a bit of a green tinge to it, because it's yellow and blue. And yellow and blue gives me green, but I don't want a light green, I want an intense green. That feels nice. I think that can work for me. Okay, let's try the second tree that's a little bit darker. And it goes all the way to the top there. Nice. Okay. I'm running out of color here, so now it's an opportunity for me to mix a bit more and then go a little bit more intense for the forest on the left. Okay, so let's grab that quinacridone gold. I love it because it's a deep quinacridone gold and it dries quite dark, and it gives me all that warmth that I'm looking for in this image, and it flows beautifully into the paint. And I'm going to add ultramarine blue to darken that a bit more, a bit more. Let's see. Yes, that looks nice. Okay, and then while this color is mixed, I need a stand for my brushes. I'm going to use my clean brush, and I'm just going to activate this mixture that I've got here, have it ready to roll. I think it's actually quinacridone gold, it's not burnt sienna. Yes, it is indeed my new favorite color. Ready to roll. Let's add a little bit of pyrrole red to that, even warm it up even more. Ooh, nice. It's almost looking like one of my other oranges. That's nice. Right, I just wanted that to be ready because I need to warm up some branches as we go now. Right, now I'm gonna fill in this quite deeply here on the left, so long, because that's mostly in darkness. And then develop my sort of vibe here with the trees, like that. And then you have lots of shadows here. To deepen some of the trees on the right as well, it's make a little bit more. Oh god, that might have been too much water, but it's okay, never fear, there is pigment near. Okay, let's add some green gold. Let's add a drop of water to it. And this is also why I like not to put out too much paint, because it's inevitable that you will sometimes contaminate some of your wells over there. So if you've squirted out all your paint in there, it might be a problem, because it's no longer that pure pigment. Okay, so now we can focus more on this tree. So let's do this again. I'm going to grab some of this beautiful quinacridone gold and just tell the story about this pathway. There's some sort of track marks like that, and it's like a dirt road, so I am ready for the final approach, the final cut, the final brush mark. Let's see what's happening here. Alrighty then. So, our scene is happening. I'm quite happy with where I am with my interpretation of this beautiful, inspirational photograph. I will share a link to this original photograph on Pinterest, but now I want to just show you guys what I'm going to do about these beautiful radial effects, and I thought this was a great opportunity to practice some lifting. So I've got here a flat square brush and I'm just activating it with clean water, and I've got a tissue here and I'm just softening it a little bit, and then I'm basically just going to go ahead and do a little bit of a sweep. Maybe I need a bit more water. Just want to pick up some color by wetting it, allowing it to seep in a little bit, and then to go ahead and lift it. Now let's see if this is going to work. I'm placing some light there because that ray of light might hit it exactly there and cause a bright spot. That's cool! Wow! I'm quite proud of this. It's turned out better than I imagined. I'm going to fill a little bit there and just break that up a little bit. It must be there, but it also mustn't be there, if you know what I mean. That feels better. Right, I think it's time. Let's say hello to my doggy who wants to say hello. You guys like to see? Hello, you guys. Oh my word, this is Libby. This is Oliver. And he's been playing in front of the door and he's the one barking. And yes, the oldest. Hello, hello, hello. The minute I hear my studio door open, then I want to come out and see me and say hello. So let's go ahead and sign this. I'm getting very good at this cockeyed thing. Awesome. Well guys, thank you for tuning in and for watching this episode, and I'm getting into this World Watercolour Month for July. So like I said, you guys, it's just a nice thing to participate in. There's really no expectations, there's no pressure. If you just want to watch, then do that and support those that are sort of trying. And if you think you might want to dip your toe in some watercolor, why not start with this? It's a great way to practice with some group members to cheer you on and to just say yes. It doesn't matter what the end result looks like. It's the mere fact that you are actually trying, that you are doing it, that matters most. I think when I started painting seriously in 2017, I think that was the first year I did World Watercolor Month, and I literally just started to get into watercolor, and I can promise you I've had the best growth in my art during that month. So whatever art project you get into, I mean, I'm still literally busy with a 100-day project. I think I've stopped at 70, so there's still 30 of those little paintings to do. But no pressure to me, because I know I will get to that when I'm inspired again, and when that comes around, maybe at the end of the winter. But now it's July and now it's watercolor, so here's an opportunity to jump into this fantastic medium while the whole world is focusing on it. And I think if you just use the hashtag, you will be surprised how much watercolor is around you, and you can learn something from everyone. And everyone's technique and approach and method is unique, but it's also unique to watercolor, and it's always fun to see what people do with this amazing medium. So I hope you will join me again soon for another episode, and it's just going to be fun to share with you. So stay creative and enjoy your watercolor, and bye bye for now.